Hi, I'm the Scrub and you're here for one reason. Wedge, where is Round Rocks?
Oh, he was right beside me.
And how long ago was that?
I don't know, like 6 hours ago?
Wedge, you had one f***ing job in keeping a close watch over a child. Now we gotta go save Round Rocks.
Well, at least you have to go back in anyway.
Yeah, I f***ing bet we do. Time to learn about the Arm of the Sun. Simplified. There will be 8 interactable ducts in front of you. I would recommend 1 tank, 1 healer, and 2 DPS take each side, but it really doesn't matter as long as you separate the healers. Interact with the duct to get taken through a vent to another platform. Kill the enemies and the barrier will be lifted, allowing you to take the next conveyor belt. You can also take the conveyor belt back on the other side if the other team needs some help. Make your way through the spikes, which will cause a small bleeding debuff, and interact with the next set of ducts. You can choose to switch sides here if you want, but it's probably best to just stay the same side. Take the conveyor to the next platform where you can kill the adds there. Once you have defeated the adds, the barrier will lift up. Once both sides have beaten their adds, you'll be able to take the dipping conveyor belt to be launched into the area for the final boss. The outside of the middle circular portion of the arena is covered in spikes. It will give you the dot tick of flesh wound and a vulnerability up while you're standing in it. Someone in the party will get this purple marker over their head. The boss will turn to this player and cast Sizzle Beam. The boss will fire a straight line AoE at this player, giving everyone hit by the AoE an unassumable electrocution dot tick for 15 seconds. Sizzle Spark is a room-wide AoE. The boss will cast Zoom Doom and put this circular icon above a party member's head. Everyone else will need to get away from this player as the boss will hover above the ground and stun this player and any other player around them in a medium-sized AoE. The boss will then activate their claw machine and pick up everyone in a medium-sized AoE around this player. They will be transported to one of the 4 cages in the corners. For the red cage in the northwest, all players put into the cage will have the debuff Pyretic, which means that if you perform actions or move in any way, it will damage you severely. Everyone on the outside must break the padlock in order to lower the cage and free you back to the party. For the purple cage in the northeast, you'll be afflicted with the debuff Throttle, which acts the same way as Doom. You will need to kill an Alara ad before time runs out for the cage to lower. If you don't kill the ad in time, it will result in your spirit being yeeted into another dimension. You will almost never see the purple cage being activated unless your damage as a party is complete trash or you have many deaths. For the white cage in the southwest, you will have to fight a Magitech ad while being inflicted with an unassumable frostbite debuff. If you touch the cage walls, you'll be inflicted with deep freeze and be unable to move your character or perform actions for several seconds. Be aware that this ad can also perform knockback attacks to try and push you into the wall. And finally, the green cage will have a hole in the floor with a gas leak. This will inflict everyone in the raid with a poison dot tick. To prevent the raid from taking all this damage, the player in the cage will have to stand on top of the gas leak. This will give them a personal poison dot tick but remove the dot tick for the rest of the party. After a few seconds of this, the cage will lower and allow you to return to the party. While the boss is collecting its prize, there will be several robots that will spawn in. They can be burned down quickly as they don't have a lot of health, but the Sturm Doll has an attack called Kugelblitz. This move can be stunned as it can be a hard-hitting room-wide AoE along with an assumable paralysis debuff to all players. If you don't destroy the robots in time, they can self-destruct in a really heavy damaging hit that will also give a bleeding debuff stack. The boss will target the main tank with Uplander Doom. This is a multi-hit tank buster that will increase the stacks of physical vulner put onto the tank. This is probably the best time for a tank swap until the stacks fall off the tank. There will be these giant tracking AoEs underneath random players which will give you a stacking bleeding debuff and make you lose 1500 MP if you get hit by it. The spikes around the outside of the arena will lower and an untargetable small black cat will appear. The cat's name is Shanoa if you haven't been paying attention to the story. It will summon a big pink heart named True Heart. This heart will need to be destroyed as if it reaches the boss, it will give the boss a damage up and slightly heal it, although the heal is negligible. The heart can also be stunned for a few seconds to get extra DPS in. Around the same time, there will be these giant steel balls that will crash onto the arena called Weight of the World. If you get hit by one of these, that will damage you severely and give you a small knockback. There can also be bombs that will be dropped into the fight and be tethered to random players. Just take the bombs out of the way to a corner so only you get damaged from the bomb. Duty Finder will normally never see this unless you're just basically auto-attacking the boss or there have been many deaths. From here, mechanics will repeat until the boss has been defeated. Congratulations, you have beaten Alexander 7. My name is the Scrub. Thank you for watching.